That is awesome, dude. Look how red he is. That's real animal style right there.
Look at that.
That is a day maker, baby. Oh, look at that.
Real Animals, presented by Contender Boats.
This week I'm fishing Steinhatchee, Florida, and it's an incredible, incredible Florida West Coast destination. And just the drive up alone is really incredible. You know, it's a trip through old Florida, you know, Homosassa, Crystal River, all those areas along the West Coast headed towards Florida's Big Bend area. Absolutely spectacular, you know, just very, there isn't a lot of traffic, there isn't a lot of noise, there's not a lot going on, and you know as you're making this 3-hour adventure trip that really, really good fishing could be in your future. I've been filming and fishing with Captain Danny Allen for, I guess, close to 10 years now, and it just never gets old. Him and I have become such good friends. We've got a lot of things in common. Obviously, we both love to fish and get on the water. We both love to throw artificials. We both spend a little bit of time in the gym throwing some weights around, so we've got that in common. And he's just become a really, really good friend. And if one thing stands out about Danny, it's the way that he fishes. You know, knowing the way the fish move based on the tides and the wind. And that's really, really important. You know, when you're doing your homework to find a really, really good captain at the destination that you're headed to, you know, do some homework on him and make sure, you know, Danny's been guiding for 16 years. He's a great tournament fisherman as well. So he's really into the things that make fish do the things that fish do, you know, what makes fish hang on certain bottoms and things like that. All of those things are really, really important when you're picking out a good charter captain to go fishing with. You know, it's really an opportunity to step back into old-time Florida. Again, you know, living in Tampa where there's so much dense population and traffic and skyscrapers, and to get away from all of that and to see some of the old buildings, the old gas stations, the old restaurants, the old buildings on the water and things like that, just makes me feel good about what Florida used to be and that we still have some of these pristine areas to go fishing. Hey gang, today I'm in beautiful Steinhatchee, Florida with my good friend Captain Danny Allen. Danny's got us up early this morning. Had a great night though. Sea Hag Marina put us up, so we got a beautiful morning. What do you think we got in store for us?
Well, we got a high tide this morning. Right now it's just turned to go out, so hopefully we can pull right in there and get it done real quick and early.
Okay, catch some fish first thing. Redfish, trout, all artificial.
Yep. We're gonna throw some soft plastics, some hard plastics, and some spoons, and we're gonna find out which one they want.
I like it. Sounds like a great day. Well, you're gonna put top water on, huh?
I'm gonna have them both ready. I don't know. I might shoot down in this corner actually. One more, just to make sure.
Out here?
Over here. There's still some mullet rolling around over there in this corner. They may not have flushed out of there yet. Tide's pretty lazy. It ain't really pulling hard, so they may still be just being lazy in this corner.
There he is.
What you got? All right, all right. I told you they was over here.
Swimming at me, dude. Quick.
That's just looking to blow up right there. Blow up's everywhere. I'm gonna get another cast down real quick.
Oh,
don't let him school you now.
Nice fish, Danny. That water's cool. They got a lot of energy, dog.
Oh, that's a pretty fish, son.
Real pretty.
That's a good one.
That's it. Pretty fish.
Yeah.
That water temp is cool, and boy, they got a lot of energy.
Yeah, they. I just think they're being that tide ain't really pulling hard yet. I think they're still maybe laying over here in this corner. There's a few mullets still lingering around. They ain't really had that force of tide yet to pull them. So
Right.
24 inches,
That's
23.
Pretty, yeah, pretty fish.
Got them fins all flared up, mad at us because we messed up his breakfast.
Real Animals is brought to you by Bull Bay Rods, Mirror Lure, Strike King, Rolls Axle Trailers, CCA Florida, and CCA Florida Star Tournament.
Steinhatchee, Florida, you know, there just isn't a whole lot to do here that isn't wrapped around the salt water. You know, just a beautiful, beautiful little town, very friendly, very quiet, very peaceful. A lot of boats on trailers and a lot of trailers, a lot of little marinas, a lot of little, mom and pop places on the water to rent and stay. This is really a sportsman's paradise up here. They've got an incredible, scallop season that they do. They've got incredible offshore fishing, inshore fishing. It's really, really a neat Florida destination.
We might get lucky, and like I say, we might get some tailing whirl going on over there when we go over there here in a minute.
Oh, look at that boy.
That gum, I stopped it and he slurped it.
Oh,
Look.
oh,
Oh, there we go. Power pole down, power pole down. Control the motor off.
God.
That's
He
definitely a little wad
lumped-
right there.
He
sitting-
lumped that thing, dude. He absolutely crushed that spoon. Woo! I don't know if it gets better than early morning redfish action.
It don't.
If it does, I don't need to know about it. I know, I got you. Another look at the color, boy. Pretty color on that fish. Pretty color. Look at that. Huh? All about the same size though, huh?
That's sunshine.
Really 23, 24 inches?
That's right.
You know, one of the things about fishing with gold spoons, just cast after cast, and you're just slowly reeling, all of the action is built into that Johnson weedless spoon. And it can get very, very methodical and very boring, if you will. But very few baits cover water and do as much quality work as just a gold Johnson spoon. Years ago, I just was adamant, I'm not gonna throw spoons. I don't like it. It's cast and reel and cast and reel. You're not putting any action into it at all yourself. But the more and more time you spend with just a simple weedless gold spoon, the more you'll figure out that it really, really mimics bait fish. I think you get a lot of reaction strikes on the gold spoon. When that bite fired off today, those fish were pounding that gold spoon, and it's absolutely spectacular, a ton of fun, and no better way to cover a ton of water. There he is. Troutski, yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Trout. Good boy. Good boy.
Yeah.
Speckled trout.
Little fella.
Yeah, not a big guy, but still pretty.
Just want to pop him loose, or we're gonna handle him?
Oh, we're gonna pop him
We're
loose.
gonna pop him loose.
That works though. That's the best way to handle those trout. They got a really tender slime coat on them, so you want to handle them as little as possible anyway. So the old D-hooker, unless you get a really big one and you get your hands wet, get a quick pick, put them back in the drain. You want me to just sit down, Danny?
No, man, keep it up. You're doing a great job.
One of my favorite things to do on the boat is to compete a little bit. It's just always been kind of my nature to compete, and Danny's the same way. Even times when I come up here and I think, you know what, doesn't matter who catches the most fish, we're just gonna have a good time and go fishing. One of us always turns it into a competition, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Fishing against Danny on the boat, side by side, doesn't get any better. I really enjoy the time with him, and again, picking his brain, and every time I'm with him, I learn something new about the fisheries that he fishes in, and it makes it a lot of fun to come fishing with him.
There should be a an outgoing movement of forage per se, coming out that, pulling them bays, and coming down that bank, and going out here to rest out here during low water. That should be what happens, and we should be able to run into something up against this island somewhere straight ahead there.
Real Animals is brought to you by Ray Marine, South Seas Island Resort, Gator Gems Tackle, closed captioning provided by Gator Ford.
A bunch of whitebait right there.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Atta boy. What you got?
Oh, nice trout.
Atta boy. That is a nice trout.
Yeah.
The old mirror lure marshmallow.
Oh, watch out.
The old marshmallow getting her done.
Watch out, little fella.
I like it.
Yeah.
Atta boy. That is a nice trout.
Yeah,
Got
he's
shoulders.
18 or so.
Yeah, got shoulders on it. Atta boy.
Pop the old quantum loose. You hear that little zip? What world's that about? Trout ain't supposed to make them zip.
He thinks he's somebody.
He thinks he's somebody, that's right. Yeah.
Pretty fish. Shoulders, nice trout.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, that's very cool. Oh boy.
You're gonna just do a 2-finger hold on him. Keep him good and healthy.
That chicken color is really good up here. It's really good in Crystal River too, Cedar Key. That's a good color up here.
Another little holding teeth there. He's ready to wear somebody out. All right. Oh! He said, yeah, I'm done with you. Done with you.
I don't blame him.
I don't blame him neither. I don't neither.
Atta boy, we get
Yeah.
on the board. The extreme grass flats here, you know, miles and miles of shallow water where the sun can get in there and get that grass to grow up here, has made this a fantastic fishery. I noticed everywhere we fished today where Danny either thought or knew there were redfish, there was shell mixed into the bottom. One of the keys, no matter where you're fishing for redfish, is if you catch a redfish, 90% of the time, if you look down in the potholes in the bottom where you're fishing, if it's shallow enough to get a visual on it, you'll find shell. They're there because they're crustacean feeders most of the time. They'll eat mullet and pilchards and threadfin herring and things like that as well, but their mainstay in their diet most of the year is little crabs, shrimp, shellfish. So if you're on a stretch of bottom where you don't see a bunch of shells in your bottom, there's probably not redfish frequenting that area. Here, everywhere we were today, and we covered a lot of water today looking for our fish, there was always shell in the bottom. And that's why I always believed we were in the right spot to catch them. And that always helps. That's a big key in catching fish.
Yeah, there he
there he
is.
is.
There's a good one. There you go. That's a nice one. Oh, you got a head on him. There you go, Bubba. Do you think?
He's fired up. He's
mad.
These redfish in this water, at the temps are still so cool. Woo.
That, and he thought he seen a cheeseburger. And you made him mad because it ain't a cheeseburger.
Yeah, it is a cheeseburger. It just got a little hot sauce on it.
That's right. That's right.
Cheeseburger mixed with a little hot sauce.
A little Mike sauce.
Yep.
Real Animals Tip of the Week is brought to you by Quantum Fishing Reels. Outsmart, outfish, outlast.
Hey gang, this week's tip of the week, I want to talk to you about my favorite reels on the market. That's the Quantum or Fenor reels, either brand. They're kind of under one house. For my offshore stuff, I love the Fenor Marquesas. When it comes to conventional reels, I don't think there's a better reel on the market. Ceramic drag, large line capacity, great for kingfish or wahoo, you know, digging big grouper offshore, all that stuff. The Fenor Marquesa is phenomenal. For my big spinning tackle, either offshore or tarpon reels, I don't think anything on the market is any better than the Cabo series. It comes in a 40 to an 80. It's a phenomenal reel. The 60 and the 80 have a 45-pound max drag, and then the 80's got a 50-pound max drag. That ceramic drag in there is such high quality that it's perfect for fighting really, really big fish. And then on my inshore stuff, if I'm gonna throw artificials all day, or I'm fishing with live bait for some redfish or things like that, the Smoke series, that new S3 series is unbelievable. They cover everything from a small 25 all the way up to a 50. I use it for some of my nearshore big Spanish mackerel fishing. I use it for all my snook fishing and red fishing, even on the docks. Again, quality drag, quality corrosion protection. Purchase yourself a Quantum or a Fenor reel today. You won't be disappointed. They'll last you a lifetime. It's great stuff. Go to quantumfishing.com to check out the whole line, or look for them at a dealer near you.
Real Animals is brought to you by Maui Jim, Plantation on Crystal River, Pro Marine, Engel Coolers, Aqua Traction, Power Pole. This week's Tackle Box is brought to you by Cleanse Oil, America's original cleaner, lubricant, and protectant.
In today's Real Animals adventure, Captain Danny, Allen, and I are using some pretty light tackle. We're using the Bull Bay assault rods. Now, this one's kind of a neat rod. This is a 8 to 17 pound medium heavy fast action rod. We're actually using this to roll some gold spoons through the grass here, and it's working really, really good. The grass up here is deep and lush, and it's plentiful, and the redfish just kind of sit down in the grass. The mullet are milling around everywhere. The gold spoon comes rolling through there and just gets destroyed. It's a great estuary to use the Johnson weedless gold spoon in. We're using Quantum 25s and 30s, the Smoke series. We're using 10-pound braided line, 25-pound fluorocarbon leader. And one of the other baits, one of my favorite soft plastics, I love to throw paddle tails, and one of my favorites is the marsh minnow. This is the Real Animals Signature Series 15, just a little bit lighter blank than the Assault, but it's a little bit longer as well. This again has the Quantum Smoke 30 on it, 10-pound braid, 25-pound fluorocarbon leader. We're using an 1/8 ounce MirrOlure jig head, and again, this is the MirrOlure Marsh Minnow in chicken color. For some reason, Homosassa, Crystal River, Steinhatchee, this chicken color with the chartreuse tail just works really, really good in this estuary. So this is all the gear you need to do exactly what Danny and I did today. Get yourself some of this, get on the water, and catch you some fish. Once we got the tide right today, the morning bite was okay, was a little slow. They weren't eating nearly as aggressively. Once that tide started to power its way back in after it went out, boy, that bite got really, really impressive. Upper slot to over slot fish, they had a ton of energy. They were lumping that gold spoon, and it was just stopped, and the drags were screaming. It was absolutely unbelievable, incredible day on the water. You couldn't draw it up any better.
I think he come up, he's still on it. Got him that time. It's a big one too, Bo.
That is a really good redfish, a really good redfish. Put the power pole down, power pole down. That was a crazy bite, dude. That is a big redfish.
He's a stud.
He is a stud, dude.
I mean to tell you, he picked it up, dropped it, picked it up, dropped it, picked it up, dropped it. I'm like, what, am I dealing with a ladyfish or what?
That is unbelievable right there. That is a beautiful fish. That one's a dandy, buddy.
Trying to dance him around the mop grass. Got all that grass down there. I'm afraid I'll get wrapped up in it.
I told you, you're a late bloomer.
I was just waiting to catch the biggest one.
Yeah, exactly. That one's the biggest one. That's a dandy right there, buddy. Woo, that one's a dandy, dude.
It's a good fish.
That one is a dandy.
I don't think it's fully finished. There we go. There's that give up look.
I don't ever like to.
There we go.
Put the fish monkey gloves on him, dog. That is an absolute bomber right there. Huh? That is real animal style right there. Captain Danny Allen getting it done, Steinhatchee. You know what that is? That's a good night's sleep at Sea Hag Marina. And the right captain right there. Nice job, Danny.
Big boy.
You are a dandy, that's a good one. You pick it up, dropped it, pick it up, dropped it, and then finally we saw that big redfish just crush that gold spoon, and it was absolutely incredible, something else to see. One of the keys to work on artificials is keep that bait moving, and that's what Danny did in that situation. Even though he felt those taps and those bites, he didn't have a good bite on it, so he just kept working that bait. That kept that big redfish interested, and that's what landed our big fish of the day. You know, you really couldn't draw this up any better. I was really excited to come up here, spend a day fishing with my good buddy, Captain Danny Allen. Sea Hag Marina put us up in their cottages, absolutely perfect, just a beautiful place to stay, an absolutely epic adventure. Wake up to an incredible morning in this beautiful place. The fish cooperated, picture perfect, absolutely a perfect Real Animals day.